welcome to Last Cast. You join me here today with Andy again. We're talking about these a selection of lures really. I'm quite interested in getting going fishing with some of these artificial baits, but I won't know where to start. So basically Andy's going to talk us through what we've got on the table here, the differences of them, and probably which ones you'd select for certain types of water. We've got some commercial ones that you could probably see and recognise in the tackle shop. We've got a few homemade ones, and there's a few weird and wonderful ones here that I'm sure Andy's going to tell us all about. So I'll introduce you to Andy, and I'll probably ask him a couple of questions and just see where we go from there. Hi Andy, thanks for joining us today.
Hello Paul.
And where do you start? Where do you start?
Well, this is a small selection.
Yeah, I think somebody said it's a bit like stamp collecting, and would that be fair to say? You sort of start with one and then you kind of get the bug and then you just can't stop?
Start with one and then you think, oh, this works for me, but I need it in a different colour. And you start getting different colours and then different shapes.
Right.
And it just snowballs.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a tiny selection. You've got a few boxes behind us there, Andy, but how many have you really got? Is it a few hundred, or and how long have you been collecting?
Is this going to be on the internet?
It could be.
Well, I'd rather not say.
Oh, right. No worries. Right, okay, so where do we start? If I were going canal fishing tomorrow, just talk me through what type of rod and reel I'd need, and maybe the line that I'd be using, and maybe my wire trace and the size of that'd be a good place to start, Andy.
Right, if you're going down the canal, you're going to be targeting perch and pike, possibly chub.
Right.
So you want a relatively medium to light setup.
Yeah.
Just a normal spinning rod with a casting weight up to about 20 grams.
Right.
You won't need anything bigger than that.
Right.
A fixed spool reel with braid on.
Yeah.
20 pounds, that should be fair enough.
Yeah.
And a wire trace.
Yeah.
Because if you're using these, even if you're going for perch, the pike don't know that.
No.
And the last thing you want to do is have a bite off and have a pike swimming round with one of these in its mouth.
Yeah, we've seen that before, haven't we? So sort of 18-inch wire trace would be okay.
Yeah.
Anything from £15 to £28 wire, multi-stranded, that'd be okay. The kind of stuff we use for dead baiting, would that be okay to start with? Right, and obviously as tools as well, so we'd need, do we need to take any different tools? Because I know the viewers have seen us do dead bait fishing over the last few months, and we'll take some pliers, some side cutters, and sometimes, well, we take a big rig wallet of tools. What kind, with this type of fishing, I think the beauty of it, or from what I can gather and I've seen, it's just you're basically out, you need to be nice and mobile, you need to be light, so probably a pair of side cutters and your forceps, would that be enough?
A pair of side cutters, a pair of long nose pliers.
Yeah, alright.
And a pair of scissors.
Right.
That's all you need.
Right, and nets, would you,
Just
a little folding net?
Folding landing net. I have, when I go fishing, I either wear, I've got a fly fishing waistcoat.
Right.
Or I have my shoulder bag. What I have on them is I've got some magnets. So I've got a magnet on my landing net and a magnet on the bag, and I can just stick it on, it sticks, walk along, when you need it, pull it off, unfold it, and you're aware. That's
a great tip. I've seen one of your friends, Andy, with a tiny little hooking mat as well. He just rolls it up, sort of puts it in his belt, and I guess if he's in a situation where he can't lay the pike down safely, he just rolls out his little hooking mat. So that's another good little thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we've gone down to the canal with a 6-foot spinning rod and his spinning reel. What am I looking for? Obviously, conditions. I'm looking at the water colour of the water. Out. Where do I start? Am I surface fishing or mid-water?
Depends on the weather.
Right.
If it's cold in winter, the pike are normally near the bottom.
Right.
During the summer months, the fish move up in the water.
Yeah.
Chasing the bait fish, and you can catch them off the surface or just below.
Right.
A good thing to take down to the canal. Let's have a look. Something like this. It's a tiny little crankbait. This one's made by Rapala.
Right.
Quite expensive.
Yeah, I've heard of them before.
And I've had pike up to about £10 on that. I've had little perch, possibly about that size.
Right.
And chub and trout on them in rivers. So they will catch.
Yeah, it looks like a little minnow, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got that, and it's a minnow shape.
Yeah.
And you can get them in varying sizes from that. Then you go up to this one. This one's got a rattle in it.
That's seen some action looking at the side of it.
It has, yeah.
Yeah, it's in need of a bit of restoration.
This one, it's a fladen one. I think they're about £1.70.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of them, yeah.
Go outdoors.
Yeah, I've heard of them, yeah.
So if you lose it, you're not going to be crying.
No.
I rate them, a lot of people don't, but I think they're really good.
Right.
Then from that, you go up to, that's the next size up.
Right. Are we talking plugs or lows or what?
They're called crankbaits.
Crankbait.
And the shape, the body shape is minnow.
Right. Has it got its crank name from the way that you actually retrieve the bait from the water? I know if the viewers want to go back and maybe see one of the Wycombe videos, there's some good examples of you using different techniques for retrieving the bait in the water. So I've seen you, and I'm going to be copying a couple of those moves as well.
With these, if you
out there,
you notice they've got a diving lip at the front.
Yeah.
And what that does is it causes it to dive in the water.
Yeah.
But it also causes it to wiggle from side to side.
Oh, right. Right.
So the way these are used is you just reel them in slowly.
Right.
Or if you want to get it a bit deeper in the water, reel it in fast.
Yeah.
And every now and again, give it your rod a little flick.
Yeah.
Or just make it skip erratically.
Yeah.
Which is normally what causes the strikes from the fish.
Right.
I've had perch on that as well. That's.
It's what some good specimen size perch or some small ones or.
They were about £2.
Oh, that's a nice fish.
That's a nice fish.
That's a nice fish, yeah.
There's other different types of crankbaits here. These ones, a bloke up in Durham makes these. He makes them by hand out of balsa wood.
Right.
He sells them. I think they're about £4 each.
Right.
These don't dive very deep, they only dive down to about 3 feet.
Right.
But these catch perch, they catch pike, they catch chub.
Yeah, yeah. So again, in your canal water, for example, which is generally 4 foot deep, that's going to be patrolling a really nice wave of the water, if you like. Yeah.
And with the way they dive with the lips, the slower you reel it in, the shallower it'll fish.
Right. Right. Excellent. Yeah, yeah. So you could easily cover off the whole 3 to 4 foot of a canal, sort of top to bottom, couldn't you, on the retrieve? Yeah, yeah.
Or so, if you're fishing in winter and you want to get things down, stuff like your soft plastics are quite good.
You'd never think that's going to catch a pike, Andy, would you?
No.
There's just nothing resembles a fish with that, and it's got to be the curiosity factor with them type of rubber baits.
Well, some of them look quite realistic. I mean, that one doesn't. That's a bright orange one.
Yeah.
But if I look in my box here, which is what I would take perch fishing. Right. We have a small one which resembles. Yeah. Don't know if you can see that on the video. Yeah. They resemble. Oops.
Yeah, yeah. So you've probably got a kind of roach look alike, and then another minnow look alike, or maybe a gudgeon. Oh yeah, I get that. Do you think there's anything in the? I do believe. Well, yeah, I'm sure there's things in the colour and there's things in the way that the artificial bait moves in the water. And do you think there's things in that and that's the reason the pike will actually take that low? And is it good to go with a good armament of lures when you're out there?
Yes.
Because you're not going to get one. I was going to ask you that killer question, but I guess there isn't a proper answer for it. And it would be: have you got a favourite?
Not really.
No, for that reason probably.
For that reason. Some days a lure will catch loads of fish, other days it won't.
Yeah, yeah. I guess you were going to say that.
Same as with sweet corn for carp. You can go one day, catch loads of carp on sweet corn. Next day they won't go near it.
No, no. Right, cool. So we've covered off. Well, there's things like, I know there's a frog type one there, and they always catch my eye because I just cannot see anybody catching out on artificial frogs. But I guess again in springtime, when frogs are on the move, and pike have gone through the breeding season, for example, that's going to be what's floating across top of water. And I do know pike take frogs. And have you had any success on that one?
I have. I've caught pike, just the one.
Right.
On this, it's a little toad.
Yeah.
Cast it onto the lily pads.
Yeah.
Pull it back.
Brilliant idea.
Hopping it across the lily pads.
Brilliant idea.
I've had more takes, but they're very hard to hook up with these for some reason.
Right.
You lose more, and you'll see the lily pads just erupt as a pike comes
wow,
out and tries to grab them. It makes you jump.
Yeah,
I can tell you.
Does. Yeah, I bet it does. Interesting. Do you think we've kind of covered off what we need there then for a canal type?
Yeah. What I would say is always take a selection of lures.
Yeah.
Like this is what I'd take for perch fishing on the canal.
Yeah, yeah.
If you look, we've got a selection of different shapes in different colours. So we've got greens and yellows.
Yeah.
We've got oranges.
Yeah.
We've got lifelike colours.
Yeah, yeah.
Whites. And just go through them and try them.
Yeah, yeah.
You never know what they're going to take. Some days you'll be fishing and you won't be able to buy a bite.
No,
It's just a matter of going through all your different colours, all your different shapes until you find out what they're taking. If you look at the other side here, it's basically the same. I've got some little spinners, just in case they're going for them.
They usually work well, the little Mep spinners, don't they?
Other little grubs, slightly bigger, bigger shads.
Yeah.
And just for the surface, in case there's any chub feeding about, some tiny little crankbaits which are shaped like insects.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, yeah.
And chub will take them off the surface.
Yes, yeah, great idea. Yeah, superb. So yeah, it's kind of got everything you probably need there.
Yeah.
Look, we've looked at some real small baits on the table, and I just wonder whether, if you're on a kind of fast-moving river, would those little baits probably do the job there, or what would you have to do for a sort of river tactic? Because obviously, I know a lot of people do go artificial low fishing on rivers, and again, I probably wouldn't know where to start. But have you got any tips for that, please?
Yeah, if the river's flowing fast, you just need to make your bait heavier to get it down.
Right.
All the things like the soft plastics, how they work is you use a jig head on them.
Yeah.
And I've got some in here, and it's basically a hook with a lead weight attached.
Oh yeah, I can see.
And you can get these in various sizes and weights, from a size 6 up to size 10-0, which are pretty big hooks, and the varying weights. I think that one's at about 3 grams, so that'll work well in a canal or a slow moving river. But in a faster moving river, you'd maybe take it up to 8 grams, possibly 10 grams, to get it down to the bottom. Yeah. Because you haven't got the water just pulling against your lure. Don't forget it's pulling against your line as well.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, interesting. Very good. If I could just sort of pick one or two out then, Andy, if you can just kind of explain to me and the viewers what they do and probably what they'd be used for. You've got, which one am I looking at? This one here. I like seeing these. There's a bit of underwater footage around that shows these in action, and they really do emulate a fish. It looks just with a forward retrieval, if you like. Basically, it just emulates a fish perfectly. Yeah. There's a real famous company that makes these, but I won't be sort of spelling that out. But yeah, tell us a little bit about that one, and have you got a few of those?
I've got a few of these. Yeah, I don't tend to use them. I don't know why. I don't really like them. What I find is, with the hook being so far forward, it tends to foul the trace a lot when you cast them. Yeah. You bring it back and your trace is round your hook. So I just brought that up to show you, but I don't really use these that much. Right. Or if I do, I use the smaller ones and take the front hook off.
Oh, right. Yeah. So just a bit of eye candy then sometimes when you're out there looking in these tackle shops. Sometimes the designs let them down, and it ain't always, you know, the way that they look on the peg staring out at you. Sometimes they're not. Yeah. They may not be very effective, or they might have a design flaw, as you found with that one.
Or sometimes on eBay there'll be somebody selling up. Yeah. They'll be selling a bulk load of those. Yeah. For not a lot of money, and you buy them and you just get what he's got. Yeah. You might want it, you might see a couple in it that you really like and think, oh, I want them, but you just take what comes with it.
Yeah. I've seen one there that says Jitterbug on the top, but I think that's kind of a brand name.
It is. That's another surface lure.
Right.
And how that works is you reel that in very slowly.
Yeah.
And with the plane on the front,
yeah.
it wiggles from side to side along the surface, making a plopping sound.
Right.
Never caught anything on it.
No.
But I've had pike follow it in,
right,
so it attracts them.
It's the curiosity factor
yeah.
again. Yeah. You've got ones here that actually look like pike, and would you say a pike could take its own species?
Yeah. Cannibalistic, the way anything.
Right. That's pretty realistic as well, is that one? I guess you've had one or two on that, maybe.
Maybe not. I haven't had any.
Right.
I've never had any. Well, not for a long time on lures that look like pike.
And it's strange.
And it is. Yeah. There used to be a fishing tackle shop in Idle, which is shut down now, and they used to sell, and it was the crappiest little pike lure you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Just made out of plastic.
Yeah.
Looked a bit like a pike.
Yeah.
And on the Leeds and Liverpool Canal, you could catch 10, 20 fish in a day with one of those.
Just shows, doesn't it?
But the shop's shut down now, and I've never seen them again.
Ah, just shows, doesn't it? Yeah, and you've obviously got some real cracking ones here. These are the hand painted ones.
Yeah.
So yeah, another. I like these. We spoke about them in other shows before, but the airbrushing technique, I just think you're really modest, because they look fantastic. And yeah, I've seen you cast these. They seriously cast a good old distance as well.
Yes,
though. You can get up to. I've seen you cast up to 100 metres on these. So yeah, brilliant. Right, there's ones that look like eels. Andy, where I guess you sort of, if you can do a bit of watercraft and work out whether there's eels in that particular stretch, then it's maybe a good chance to have a go.
Even if eels in the.
I just knew you were going to say that.
These are made by Savage Gear. If they want to send me some free stuff, they can do. Absolutely deadly.
Right.
I don't know what it is. The most fish I've had on is this colour, which is the fire tiger, which resembles nothing in nature whatsoever.
No, it's strange.
And I went fishing the other week with my friend, and he didn't catch a thing. I had, not on this one, it was a 30cm one, that size, but this colour. I had the same pike twice within 4 casts, a 12-pound pike. I caught it, put it back, cast in, it come back up, took it again.
It's just, what is it with them? It's just the
know.
irresistibility
no
factor.
Then we moved down the river. My mate were in a peg for 20 minutes, casting everything he had. I went in after he'd finished. First cast, bang, £15, 2-ounce pike.
You realise that most of the tackle shops, or anybody watching this now, they'll be selling out of these lime green.
Well, if you go into the tackle shops, you'll notice the 20cm ones are quite a good one for because you can use them in rivers, canals. You can catch smaller pike and big pike with them.
So again, another good tip for a beginner that's wanting to sort of get started. Maybe have a look at something that size, and it'll cover off most venues.
And if you're looking a lot of tackle shops, particularly one that's in Bradford that some of the viewers might know about, their green ones are more expensive than every other colour.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Obviously you've got one there that looks like a crayfish, so that would be effective. Again, I don't know what type that is.
That's a spinnerbait.
Right. And how does that work?
It's a really good bait because it's so snag resistant. If you're fishing a snaggy river or a canal, if you want to get down to the bottom, if you've got something like this, that's going to catch on all the shopping trolleys and dead bodies maybe. Whereas this one, it'll sit on the bottom like that. The hook's pointing up.
Right.
And the hook's not gonna catch on anything because of the way it's made.
Right.
The spinnerbait just spins round, adds attraction. You don't have to fish them with these on. I've got a smaller one here, which has just got the rubber skirt and the hook. But on this particular one, I just stuck a big grub on just as that little bit extra.
There's 2 or 3 bits of different things going off there. You've got the red tail, corkscrewing at the back there. You've got obviously this spoon effect with the with the spinner, and you've got the attraction from the material as well, moving in the water. And
it just makes it a bit heavier, so I can cast it that little bit further.
Right, great. Well, I think we've covered off sort of most things there. I think we have. Have you got sort of any beginner's guides, Andy, for people starting out? Where would you start? You've talked about this 20cm rubber bait, for example, but where would you start out as a beginner with sort of like your best 6, if you like? So, what would you look at?
A minnow shape.
Yeah.
I'd definitely get one of those.
Right.
A spoon of some sort. This is a big Abu spoon.
Right.
You can get them in a lot smaller than that. You can get them a lot bigger than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of those.
Yeah.
Spinners, they're always a good bet.
Yeah, we talked about the little MEP spinners. Yeah. You can catch some great fish on those, and I know the cameraman's had some good experience with those little MEP spinners before.
The rubber shads. Yeah. This particular one is called, it's a relaxed copy toe.
Right.
They're about 80p each. But then you have to get the jig heads for them, which bumps the price up. Yeah,
and they can take some serious abuse, those. You can glue them back together and all sorts, can't you? So a good sort of long-term investment.
I've got a battery-operated soldering iron to melt them back together, which I can just put in my bag.
Right, yeah, good idea.
If you don't want to be bothered buying all the separate parts, jig heads, you can get your little soft plastics, which are already made up, ready to go.
Yeah.
So I think that's covered a few.
Right, yeah. So thanks for that, Andy. That just about draws it to a close. I think for anybody sort of starting out pike fishing, you know, you've given them all the tools and all the bits and bobs that you need to be quite successful, probably from a beginner's point of view. And
and don't forget, it's not just pike.
Right.
You can catch perch, chub, trout, any predatory fish, and a few others that aren't. There's a lot of fish that eat insects. You saw my little insect bar.
Yeah.
Catch all sorts on them. So don't just think they're for catching pike. They're for catching all sorts.
Thanks for that, Andy. That's brilliant. And we'll catch you next time on Last Cast.